Because of the world's current global environmental crisis, people have been looking toward alternative energies to fossil fuels, the most promising of which are solar, wave, and wind energy. None of these, though, have gone without public doubt or criticism, and wind energy has received more than most others, specifically based around the concern that wind turbines pose a serious threat to birds, which are supposedly killed in aerial impacts with their rotor blades. One of the first things you notice when looking into this topic is that statistics on the number of turbine-related bird deaths per year vary greatly depending on who is telling the argument. Numbers from 10,000 all the way to 600,000 deaths per year can be found. This is because such events are rarely reported and the estimates are usually biased. In 2013, the Smithsonian Institute of Natural History, the American Wind Wildlife Institute, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service each independently produced three of the most accurate, non-biased studies to date on the issue. All three had similar estimates that between 214,000 and 368,000 birds die each year due to collisions with wind turbines. Many people state that this number is too small to raise alarm, as a far greater number of birds are killed each year by other human-caused means. Power lines kill 130 million per year, cars kill 60 million, and domestic cats kill a staggering 1.2 billion. Others argue, though, that most of the birds killed in these statistics are smaller, more common species, while wind turbines kill a higher number of large, rare birds, such as birds of prey. This is because wind turbines are usually designed to be as tall as possible so that they can reach the strong winds that are held at higher altitudes. This puts them in contact with birds of prey, which use these same winds to carry them long distances. By lowering the turbines, you could potentially limit the bird deaths, but then less energy is produced, and more of them would need to be in place to counter this. Recent developments in wind technology have yielded a partial solution to this problem: vertical axis wind turbines. Although vertical axis turbines are not as efficient as horizontal axis turbines, they can catch the wind in any direction, which gives them an advantage in areas where wind is unpredictable, like San Francisco. This makes them ideal for powering private buildings in urban settings. They are much safer for birds because their blades cover less surface area than that of a horizontal axis turbine, making them easier to avoid. To test their effectiveness and environmental impact, the Crissy Field East Beach Center conducted a year-long experiment between 2012 and 2013, known as the Crissy Field Center Wind Turbine Wildlife Impact Study. They placed 5 vertical axis turbines in front of the center as its main form of power. The results of the study were quite successful. Despite the large number of birds in the area, only 2 birds were confirmed to have been killed by the turbines within the whole 1-year period. The study confirmed that vertical axis wind turbines could operate successfully as an environmentally friendly private energy source for buildings stationed in relatively windy locations. It has been said that the issue of the turbines and their interactions with birds has been focused on too closely, and that to get a better view of the topic, you have to step back and look at the bigger picture. Wind energy is less harmful than oil, and certainly less harmful than coal. I don't have to remind you of the crisis of global warming that we are currently going through. If the polar ice caps were to melt, then the global sea levels would rise by 230 feet. It has already caused more environmental damage to the world than the wind turbines can ever possibly come close to. When we consider this issue, we have to look at it as it is to see the best path for our world. Though we must be cautious with its use, and we have to acknowledge that wind and other renewable energies are the best path we can follow from where we are right now, and their continued development may be our savior in the future.